Live from 42nd and 2nd, this is the PIX 11 News at 4.
Well, pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports across the country right now, but since so many people are new to this game, it turns out the injuries are on the rise. How to stay safe coming up next. So you've probably heard pickleball has been growing in popularity these past few years, kind of a mix between tennis, ping pong, and badminton all combined. But with more people playing, that means more people are getting hurt these days on the court.
Yeah, our next guest has seen the impact these injuries are having on players. Dr. Erin Nance is a New York City hand surgeon, and she's here to talk about how to prevent and treat those injuries. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, first off, can you just walk us through what is pickleball and why has it become so popular?
So pickleball is kind of like a hybrid between ping pong and tennis, and it's really popular because it's known as a low impact sport, but people get really competitive into it, and I've just been seeing a ton of injuries.
So what kind of injuries are we talking about? Because you've seen a lot of patients coming into your office after having played, getting hurt from pickleball.
So I see fractures, I see sprains, I see strains, people with herniated discs. Pickleball is a lot about pivoting and twisting and turning, so low back injuries. My specialty is hands, so I'm seeing a lot of trigger finger, carpal tunnel, those type of things.
I'm looking at the video because you're showing it actually on a court, so they're running around like tennis, so I can imagine. So this is billed as a low impact sport, so why are so many people actually getting hurt?
So actually 90% of the players are over the age of 50. And so this is the group that has some unique risk factors. They're more likely to have osteoporosis. So that's a weakening of the bone. If you fall, more likely to fracture. And then you have lower levels of collagen in your muscles, which means you're more likely to tear or pull a muscle. And if you've ever pulled your hamstring, you know how painful that can be.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you have some tips. We want to help people out a bit. 5 tips to prevent pickleball injuries. First, you say concentrate on your footwear, right?
Absolutely. You should not be wearing your running shoes. You should pick up a pair of proper tennis sneakers. They have rubber soles and good ankle support.
Okay, so how do you know if you get injured, if it's an emergency or not just something to put on ice?
So if your bone or your joint looks deformed, it may be dislocated, that needs to be fixed right away. If after you fall, you can't put body weight on your leg or your arm, you might have a fracture, so you need an x-ray. If after you dove into the kitchen going after that ball and you've cut yourself and the bleeding doesn't stop after 20 minutes, go to the urgent care to get that fixed.
Oh my gosh, we want to prevent that, right? Let's go back to some of the other tips. So you talk about having the proper footwear, tennis shoes. What else can you do? I know you have 5 tips here on the screen to talk through.
So stretching beforehand, we're talking about dynamic stretching, and that's where you're doing kind of lunges, walking on your toes, your heels, staying hydrated. Hydration is the key to preventing fatigue. If you're fatigued, you're going to get injured. Recovery. I recommend that all of my patients do Pilates and yogas after, in between matches. Jillian Gumbel has an amazing online class called Yoga for Athletes. It's great for stretching. And then just listen to your body. This is not the time to play through the pain. If something hurts for more than a couple of days, go see your doctor.
Yes, good advice for sure.
It's interesting that you say it's an older demographic that's getting into this sport when it really is a full body workout. You're like running around.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as I said, I see people younger and younger in my office, people as young as in their 20s with a lot of sprains and strains.
I feel like people had a lot of time to do different things during the pandemic. You know, this is like outside, I guess, for the most part overall. And so pickleball
it's a very social sport, and so people love getting together, having fun. You can be as serious and competitive as you want.
All right, we got to get in the cool kids club somehow and play pickleball.
Another reason to buy new shoes.
Exactly.
All right,
Dr. Nance.
Dr. Nance, thanks for being with us. Nice to have you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
All right, you can get more information on how to protect your hands and your wrists at nancemd.com, or you can follow Dr. Erin Nance on Instagram at _hand_doctor.